Keeping you updated of today's news with AP Radio News.
AP News, I'm Tim McGuire. President Biden outlines a plan to buy millions more doses of vaccines. AP's Jackie Quinn has more.
President Biden visiting the National Institutes of Health, where scientists created the Moderna vaccine, praised workers, but criticized his predecessor for not securing enough doses or a distribution plan. Biden then announced 200 million new doses from Moderna and Pfizer, and a sped-up delivery for another 100 million already ordered.
We're now on track to have enough supply for 300 million Americans by the end of July.
And soon, Johnson & Johnson's vaccine could come online.
We need more people to get vaccinated to beat this pandemic.
Biden warns the new variant strains could worsen the COVID caseload. He urges people to not let up on wearing masks.
I know it's a pain in the neck, but it's a patriotic responsibility.
Jackie Quinn, Washington.
Former President Trump's lawyers will present their case tomorrow in his impeachment trial. House prosecutors ending their presentation today. Lead manager, Maryland Democrat Jamie Raskin, says if the Senate fails to convict Trump, then future presidents would have an easier path to tyranny.
If you don't find this a high crime and misdemeanor today, you have set a new terrible standard for presidential misconduct in the United States of America.
6 people are known dead in a 130-vehicle pileup caused by an ice-covered portion of I-35 in Fort Worth, Texas. Fire Chief Jim Davis tells KDFW Fox 4.
We know that there are 6 fatalities. There are 36 people who were transported to the hospital, and there are a total of 65 people being treated at area hospitals.
At the scene of the crash near downtown Fort Worth, a tangle of 18-wheelers, tandem trailers, cars, and trucks smashed into each other, turned every which way, some on top of the others. This is AP News.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
AP Radio News, brought to you by Brown Nissan of Del Rio on KWMC Classic Hits 1490 AM, Del Rio, Texas.
Hey everybody, Raul Rivas here, Brown Nissan of Del Rio. 2021 has arrived, and boy, what a difference does it make, doesn't it? You know, in times of change, whether we're looking at the election, the local community, the COVID numbers, your job status, we always look for comfort and stability. And I'm here to tell you that Brown Nissan of Del Rio is still under the same management, the same vision, the same concept, the same process, the same transparency, best attainable deal, always exhausting resources to get you the best financing, focusing on the best trade-in values, and competing with the San Antonio markets when it comes to new car pricing. Give us a shot. Call us up, 775-0566. Follow us on social media. Just type hashtag Better Call Raul, or come see us in person, right on the price, right on the corner, 2300 Veterans Boulevard.
We're playing all the classics, one hit at a time.
Classic Hits, KWMC 1490 AM.
At this time, Classic Hits KWMC 1490 presents The Huddle, the show where we debate local, collegiate, and professional sports. We invite you to call us at the studio at 830-775-3544 or 775-3591, or drop a comment on our live Facebook stream to express your views and opinions on our topics on The Huddle. So now, ready? Break.
Good afternoon. Ya mero llego the evening, but like I said, welcome to the Huddle, Del Rio's only sports program. No nomás do we just run with whenever there's football. We are year-round, and like I said, we just finished wrapping up basketball, Rams basketball. Unfortunately, it was a short season, cut short by all our not favorite friend right now that we would like to say, La Rona. The Rona cut that short on us. Y pues, what can I say, you know? And sticking with the tradition that I started with Rams football, pues I can't leave out basketball, let alone I'm a big basketball fan myself. With me this evening, alongside with Daniel, Rob will be joining us here shortly when we get done here with our invited guest. We have our coaches for the Rams basketball who are going to be giving us our since this is the nomination special, who they are. Good evening, coaches. I'll start with you, Coach Nieto. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Good evening, Javier.
Good evening. Coach, obviously a short season, a very short season.
Right.
But we will persevere on.
Absolutely.
And we'll move forward. Obviously, this is one of the things that we're doing just, you know, to darle un poquito ánimo to the kids as they finish. With you on the show today is Coach, Assistant Coach.
Assistant Coach Elizondo.
Coach Elizondo, good evening. How do you like the studios?
Oh, good. It's nice.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Really quick, Coach Nieto, how do you think your season went? Obviously, we only covered district games. We weren't there for the away games. Overall, how do you think your season went?
Yeah, I think it went well. It was a challenge to begin with because we didn't have our normal, would you say, off-season last year since everything got cut short. The school year and everything, facilities. We didn't have the normal summer that we normally have, spring ball, summer ball. So it was a challenge all the way around. Coming into the preseason, we weren't, they wanted to get the other sports up and going and successfully on their way, so we weren't able to do the things that we normally do. However, seeing the growth from the moment we had the first day of basketball practice to our last game on January 5th against Alexander, it was, I would say, successful because of the growth and the progress that the guys had made and the way they were coming together with the chemistry, you know. So all in all, there was a lot of positives all the way around.
All around. Coach Elizondo, I heard from the players a lot, but I would say, everybody wants to ask the big question of how did COVID affect you? And right away they want the negative part about it. But I know COVID, there was positives of it too. What was one of the positive things that you learned from this whole COVID situation?
Well, I think for our team, it made us closer, made the guys work even harder, knowing that they didn't have that off season that we usually have. So I think we have a group WhatsApp where they would post their workouts. So even before that, the guys were posting and doing their individual workouts at home. So I think it made us tighter as a team, and it made the guys a lot closer.
So, and then that's what we been hearing when we covered football. Those were what Coach Taylor, his assistant coach, said, hey, you know what? The kids branched off on their own little groups, and they made them. They followed each other, make sure they were getting a good workout going on. Seems like basketball did the same thing. So, like I said, everybody wants to talk about the positives, the negative code, but I know there's a lot of positives that grew from this. A lot of learning on behalf of not only of the student athletes, but on the coaches too. To accommodate to all those CDC regulations that we had to follow. And then I'll go back to Coach Nieto. Coach Elizondo, what do you think was one of the turning points of your season where the boys really grasped to be together? What game do you think that was?
I believe it was early in the season, one of our out-of-town games we played, and I just saw the guys just come together. They just continued to get better at practice, and they took more ownership of the team. And as we continued to practice, you could tell that they wanted to make the most of it. So I think early in the season, we just started clicking, and the guys just took ownership. Our guards started playing a lot better, and our posts started rebounding more, and we challenged them, and they just got stronger as the season went on. We were continuing to get stronger, and unfortunately, right when we hit our stride, we were kind of cut short.
Cut short. Coach, and this will be the last question before we go to our nominees. People want to know who the nominees are. Coach, looking to the future for next season, from what you learned from this season, from your hopefully Dios quiere, we have a lot of some returning student athletes for next year. What is one thing that you are going to keep from what you learned this season? As far as like, any new training, as far as the Zoom, the WhatsApp, what is one thing that you think you're like, man, you know what, when you learn something, you're like, I'm going to keep doing that.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, and we've been talking about this a lot, and you talked about the positives that have come out of this, right? And even in the amongst the coaching staff, we had to be as productive as we possibly could, and we had to be as best as we could, in a short amount of time. So, we actually learned how to, with the assistance of our middle school staff, those guys really worked behind the scenes and worked hard, and they would cut up film and they would get it, down to like different plays that we wanted the guys to see, and they would create playlists and stuff. So, I think going forward, that's something that we're going to keep doing. That's going to help us as a program and as a team, and all in all, as far as training is concerned. We had already started Zooming before even we were doing the Zoom, right? Because we would meet with the guys once a week. I think we'd meet on, I don't remember what weekday we'd meet on, but we'd meet once a week just to see how they were doing and continue to encourage them to, in a safe environment for them, as we do now, to put in work and just to have the end in mind, where do you want to be when we're done with this season? And I really believe that drew us closer, as Coach said, and we're going to continue doing that as we go forward. So the guys have done well.
Yes, Coach. And you know what? Let's get to the nominees. Obviously, that is one thing.
Right.
Obviously, basketball, everybody's excited. But I hope, and I got to make sure, I got to put this out there. All right, Del Rio. We are not just putting attention with Rams basketball. I did talk to our Flying Queens coach. He elected for the Queens not to participate at the awards at this time for this year. Maybe it will change for next year, Dios quiere. Obviously, there has been, some unfortunate things that happened within that program that made Coach say, hey, you know what, just it's not the time for that right now. And I said, okay, by all means, we will respect that, and that is our clarification. So it's not us just singling out Rams basketball. That same was for the Queens, and that was his answer. Rick Smith, the athletic director, obviously, he goes by what his coaches says. They talked about it, and so I'm all on board for them not participating. So by all means, next year, Dios quiere, they can join us here next year at the end of basketball season. But let's start with a best offensive player, Coach. Who do you got number one here to start here? I think we have on the list here, and I'm going to be putting up this is going to be the same thing like Ram basketball. You guys are going to go on SurveyMonkey. I'm going to provide the link, and
like Rams football.
Like Rams football, and vote for and we're going to go over their stats here. And let's see, who do we got? Who's this here, Coach, right here? Is that?
That right there is the one you have the.
Yeah, JJ?
JJ Cervantes.
Yeah, so we'll go with JJ Cervantes here real quick. And as you guys tell us some stats about him, we'll know he is on for not only best offense, but also best defensive player. If you guys can give me some stats, or you know what, I could say him too. Maybe you guys can elaborate on why
Sure.
He had on averages, he had points on average 17. He had a pretty good few. What do you call that? Not free throws, but
Field goal
2
percentage.
field goal, 2-point field. He had a pretty good there too. Overall points, he's at 195 points.
Right. JJ led
basket scored. So
Right.
just give me a little bit about JJ Cervantes real quick, coaches. Yeah.
He's a post player, so I'll let Coach talk about JJ real quick.
JJ was one of our leaders, one of our captains, and he did a tremendous job for us this year. Last year he was a big bruiser under the basket, but now his game has expanded so much. He can attack from the high post. He can hit outside shots from the high post, attack the basket, rebound, can shut down the other team's big man. Very versatile, and he's just his footwork is tremendous, and he's just improved on all aspects of his game.
Daniel, we called the games. You saw JJ in person. You know, he was the one under the rim a lot. What do you think you saw from JJ to be on this nomination for Rams basketball?
Major improvement from last year. A lot more experience, I think, in the game time decisions with the ball. He was a little timid last year with the ball when he would get the ball. This time he knew what what he could do. And so, like, I've talked to Coach Rudy about it, and they've worked a lot in the offseason. I know his dad works with him too, so you could just see a lot of improvement from last year.
And Coach, like I said, you guys in Del Rio currently right now watching us, he is in the running for best offensive player and defensive player. So all around great student athlete that we have there of JJ. Coach, I think we're gonna go here. Would that be William?
That's William.
That is William.
Yes,
okay, so we're gonna go ahead now and go with Mr. William. William is in the running for best offensive player. Which one of you guys can give us a little bit of details on why he is on the line for best offensive player?
Williams on the line. Basically, he's the point guard, so he's the team general, and a lot of things don't get done without the point guard being the captain out there, being the floor general. And he did a great job of coming in from tennis after his tennis season and just being the leader that we needed. The more he started grasping the concept of what we needed the point guard to do and how we needed the team to be run, and the more he got comfortable with it, the team just started to flow, and the team started building chemistry. He wasn't the leading scorer, he was probably up there second or third a few games, but he averaged 7.9 points per game. His assist level, though, he was right at about 6 assists per game. So,
oh wow,
yeah, I guess on there. He led us in assists, and then he also on the offensive end, there were some times where he'd come in and grab some big rebounds. So his overall game level, and what he brought to the team as far as leadership is the reason why
he's on there. And you know, he scored a total of 71 points. So still right there, you know. And like I said, he is in the running there, Del Rio nominee for offensive player of the year for your Rams basketball. Who else do we got here? Going down the list, and I think we're gonna go. I think is that the one that you sent me on Nick? I believe. Nick, yes. Which one of you guys would want to? Yeah. Oh no, that's
Eli.
That's Eli. So yeah, we might the other thing. Well, you know, did we do Eli already? Not yet, right?
No.
Yeah,
Eli is for defense.
We'll do Eli then. Which one of you guys can go with Eli?
Coach, post.
Eli's improved tremendously from one year to the next. Last year he was on varsity, came off the bench, had limited minutes, but once this COVID hit, he was one of the ones that became our off-season captains, and he was the one kind of rallying the troops with him and Nick, encouraging the guys to post on the WhatsApp, to put in their workouts. So when he came in, I mean, he just continued to grow every game, and he just contributed. And I really pushed him a lot, and anything that came out of his mouth is yes sir.
There we
go. He attacked the board, got rebounds, and I always challenge him to continue to try to get more rebounds, more offensive rebounds, more defensive rebounds, and it was a pleasure to coach him, and he's just a great kid and works really hard.
He was a big surprise this year because, like Coach said, from one year to the next, and him and JJ, there was a couple of games where they would just go for doubles, you know, in points and in rebounds. So, and a lot of his were on the defensive end.
And, you know, you said something that really caught my eye there. I don't know if Daniel, I'm going to say for him to step up during the whole COVID break, you know, that's always when, I mean, I have kids that do online, you know, that's usually when you slack off. Right. You know, for you guys to say, hey, he stepped up and said, hey, guys, we can't let off the gas. We can't let off because you never know. We might have a season. We might come back.
Absolutely right.
Not only if we slack off and say, hey, you know, there's many ways to cheat the system. Many ways to cheat the Zoom or the videos you got to send. You know, one of the Super Bowl champs, Gronk, figured out a way how to run one video. He changed shirts around and he sent it every day. Tons of ways to cheat the program. But like I said, that always stands out when you want to lead through when it's needed, because when somebody's slacking or something, hey, we can't let it off. Why? Because we might go, like I said, we were about to start on the 12th, and they needed us. So that caught my eye there with Eli. Daniel, do you have anything there that you'd like to comment back on on something that you saw there with his numbers and what you liked
Well,
about
just
him?
the rebounding. I thought just even watching him play, he's a little bit more aggressive on the boards. You could tell big time from last year, so you could tell he worked on that, and it shows on the stats too.
So definitely, like I said, he's in the running there, Del Rio. Once again, I will be posting the link whenever we are done with the huddle. Obviously, you will see there, and I'd like to thank all our sponsors of Ram Basketball who made that happen. So obviously, next on the list, we have, that is Nick Rivera, right, guys? Ooh, yes, that is Nick.
Nick.
Which one of you guys would like to give me a little bit about Nick and why he is nominated for what he's nominated for on the list?
I think Nick is nominated for both offense and, if I'm not mistaken, he's also on there for defense. I'll tell you a quick story about Nick on defense. And last year, I remember I pulled him from one of the games when he was a sophomore, and he some guy, experienced guard, pretty much did a crossover move on him, and Nick almost got it. He got fearful, so had to sit him the rest of the game. He did, and for him to turn around to this year, being the guy that we would put on the other team's best player, man, that was a complete 180 for that for Nick, and he wasn't afraid, he wasn't shy. He wanted to guard the other team's best guard, and he wouldn't shy away from it. So that's why he's in there for the defensive running, because he gave us everything he had on the defensive end. I think if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the leaders in steals for the team. Him and Willie, 1.6. I think Nick was averaging
1.3.
1.3. He was averaging 1.3 steals per game, and I remember the Laredo United game here when we almost beat them. We came from behind. It was a big deficit. It was about 2 or 3 steals that he got like in a row right at half court. So on the defensive end, he's always been a scorer. Now he's just more of a consistent scorer on the offensive end, and his game is starting to develop. And I think he really benefits from playing off guard and helping us from the scorer's position. So he's got an overall game that's coming along.
And he seemed like he would even pick it up even more in the fourth quarter. It just like when we needed him, he just step up even more.
Step up in there. And like I said, that is great. And that's what we want to hear. So whenever you guys go back to this, we're going to reference this show so you guys get to know about it. Whenever I did Rams football awards, that was one thing that I'm like, you know what? I missed that. And that's why you learn from how you're going, right? I said, I want people to know the players. Daniel, from what you saw from Nick in the games that we called, what do you think that did you like for him to be? That's one of the reasons that he's nominated here.
Oh, a lot of energy. Always a lot of energy, and just played fearless. Just went out there and played. So, I've been watching that kid play since he was in the Boys and Girls Club. So I know he loves the game, but he just continues to improve.
Absolutely.
So, I was proud of him watching him this year. That even that last game they played, because he was just going attacking. So it was cool to see him come out. Is he a senior?
Junior.
Oh, right. So you get him next year again.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a junior. Williams a junior, and so is JJ.
That was Eli, or no?
That's Eli.
That's Eli. Okay, so
Yes,
I just need to make sure I scroll through the pictures that y'all send me the right way, and I think he's next. I don't know if we did. This is whenever. There we go. Did we? That would be
Luis
Arteaga.
Luis Arteaga, yes, sir.
Really quick, I know from what I'm seeing here, Del Rio, he's the leader in points total scored, right?
I think JJ's the leader.
Was it JJ?
Yeah.
That JJ? Okay, so coming in secondly, sure.
Second, yeah.
Second,
They're the two highest.
JJ's the leading scorer for the team, 17.7, and then Luis was the second leading scorer at 13.9. Nick was third at 13.4, and then Prophet at 7.9.
At 7.9. Which one of y'all can tell me a little bit about Luis and why he not only because of his stats, or was he chosen in this nomination for Rams basketball awards?
I guess we can both share a little bit. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, Luis, I've known Luis many years, since Lonnie Green. I was his PE coach at Lonnie Green, and I've just been amazed on how much he's improved every year. And he's just a tremendous outside shooter, one of our sharp shooters, and always gives 110%. Never, always at practice, always tries his best, and goes hard in all the drills, and one of the guys we can count on the court to give us points.
Mm-hmm. And that is, whenever I like that you said there, when both coaches get involved and they say something great, because they spent that that time, that quality time with the player. Coach Nieto, what do you think? What do you have about?
Well, I thought he was going to tell you the story where he's the one that spotted.
Pues yo quiero el chisme, entonces tell me.
Back in 7th and 8th grade, I used to have him in the middle school class, and I saw some potential in him. Right, he wasn't afraid to shoot, so that's always a good one. And he wasn't afraid to get the ball in his hands. But a couple of summers ago, we needed a scorer, and we couldn't find one. Coach Elizondo, because we usually have the guys split up into 2 or 3 teams and go to the league and Eagle Pass and play. And Coach, go ahead, Coach. Tell them what you told me.
I was watching the kids play because my kids were also playing in Eagle Pass in the league over there. Mm-hmm. So I went to go watch. There was 2 groups of Rams guys playing out there. So I was out there watching them, and I told them, "Hey, Coach, the white group is playing," and then I said, "Yeah, they're doing all right, Coach. I think they're losing 27-24." And he goes, "Oh, they are?" And I go, "That's pretty close." And I go, and Luis has 24 points. And he was like, "What?" And I go, "Coach, he's made all the points. He's for the team."
That's what I thought he was going to tell you. So, but he's a natural scorer.
Yeah.
He's a natural scorer, has a feel for the ball, just that knack for the ball. And, there's plenty of games where he went over 30 points, plenty of games where he was 15, 16, whatever it may be. But Luis is your second leading scorer. He did a magnificent job every year for the Rams basketball.
And great, like I said, and I know I'm missing one picture there for our final entry. So, I don't want to exclude them from the running. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the flyer up so everybody that knows about as we're talking about him. If you want to go on with our last candidate, unfortunately we couldn't get a picture of him, Coach. Oh, you got it? Oh yeah, me la mandaron, ¿verdad? Let me see if I could upload that real quick.
That's
here.
Right?
Yes.
He was another one of our big 3, right, Coach? The big boys.
Big boys, yeah.
Cesar Gavia. So I'll let Coach start.
Yeah. Well, I can load up his picture. You guys can go ahead and talk about him there.
Yeah, Cesar is a very, very coachable guy, very versatile. He is one of our few guys that can actually dunk the ball, slam dunk the ball.
What?
We have very few guys.
He can dunk?
He can dunk the ball. And he can attack from the high post. He's very agile.
Now, you're talking about that gentleman that we're watching. Okay,
that's him.
You're saying he can literally
dunk it. Yes.
Dunk it. Get on vertical.
Yes.
Wow.
And it was real funny because there was
do you know his vertical leap?
We didn't test this year.
Not this year. But a funny story last year is when he was in the game. I'm always, I'm on the side trying to pump up the guys, and I told him, "Hey, Cesar, next time you go in there, you attacked really good the basket. I go, next time I want you to go in there and try to dunk it. I want you to dunk it on the guy's face. The guy backed up the last time that you attacked." So he went up and he tried to dunk it, and he missed, and he got fouled. Then, I don't know, during a timeout, Coach Neto's ripping him. "Why did you dunk it? You should have just laid it up." And he's like, so then I told Coach, "Hey, Coach, my bad. I told him to go dunk it because, I wanted to be aggressive." "Oh, okay." So we just had a big laugh about it. But
we always want the sure points.
Yeah, the sure point. But Cesar's the type that, he'll go out. He'll do whatever you ask of him. If you ask him to go rebound, he'll go rebound. If you ask him to
He's
go
a good
shoot,
rebounder. Very good rebounder.
real coachable and real gives 110% and very very versatile player.
And I like that really quick that you said you like just dunk it on them. Why? Because when you make a statement like that, you induce fear. You induce like shock. But did they just dunk it on this guy? Is he gonna be on a poster somewhere? You know what I mean? So I like that mentality. Go ahead, Coach.
And I was gonna say, and I know Cesar's on there for defense, running for the defense of MVP, right? I won't forget that game when we played Alexander here on January 5th, the last game. Every single one of these guys that's in the running for something played an important role. But I remember Nick was tasked with guarding the best point guard in probably the district, and maybe even more. And he had him, man, that guy's about 6'2". And at the very end, Nick did such a good job that he made the guy pass up a three-point shot he normally would have took. And guess who gets the block at the end of the game to finish the game? Cesar Gavia.
Cesar.
And he was our leading, shot blocker in the team, I think. Yeah, so I know it wasn't many, but, Cesar was the guy that we had up there that would get that done.
They get that done. Daniel, I know you're a fan, especially of the big men there. You love the Twin Towers from the San Antonio Spurs. What do you got about CZ?
No, I didn't. Don't lie.
Don't say that on the air.
No,
supporters.
Coaches are saying no. Even last year when we would watch him play, he'd just get in there and rebound and try to block shots even if he couldn't. So he played like a big guy. Even though sometimes we're undersized, Del Rio, he still played big. So that's always important to be out there banging down low, trying to get rebounds, trying to get blocks, trying to just do whatever you can.
Right.
And I know we're fans of the like said that physicality of a game.
Yeah.
Whenever we're there calling the games, we're like those times when you go back and hear Daniel say, "Hey, do it," and guess what? They will do it. You know what I mean? It's just because that mentality. He was a coach. You guys are coaches, so that mentality's there, and what you guys are on there, coaches. So I greatly appreciate this great information. Because this is what it's all about. By all means, this is not no favorites. This is the stats.
And we've all battled against each other on the basketball court too, at one point or another.
At one point or another.
And we all know how we like to play.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
He's hinting he wants an assistant coach. He's just strength and conditioning right there.
There you go.
There you go, right there. Rick Smith, he's willing to take a contract. I will be his representative. So, like I said, guys, these players I will share that link for the Rams Basketball Awards. This is why I did this first half of the huddle, was so you guys get to know the players. You guys could always go back on this show, get to know them a little bit, and it was not based off of favorites. I got their stats, and I'll keep saying it right here. It's their top performers from offense and defense, and that's how we went, just like in football. So that's more than anything, coaches, I greatly appreciate that. I'll love to see y'all Saturday whenever we announce it, one of you guys here at least, to, be in with them with the trophy handling. So greatly appreciate it, Coach. Anything else that you guys want to say out there to the people of Del Rio before they go out and vote?
I just want to say thank you for the support, and and to the seniors, if they're out there listening, and to their families, I just want to say thank you for the years that you dedicated and committed to Rams basketball, and you'll be greatly missed. No, it's sad that it had to end like this, but as we always learned, we continue to go forward and continue to push on. So love you guys, and we'll see you guys. Thank you for the support.
Coach Elizondo, final words for...
No, thank you, all the fans, for supporting us at our games and on the live streams. And our kids, man, we love you guys to death. You guys are so coachable, and can't wait to get back on the court with y'all again.
There you go. Hear it from the coaches themselves. Thank you for coming out to the huddle this evening, and I hope you liked it now that we changed it on Thursdays. Gives you guys the flexibility to come out here, greatly appreciate that. Remember, the link will go up once the huddle is over. So once again, guys, I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all the athletic department, all of y'all, for being very cooperative with us, giving us this information. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, guys, and we'll be back with more of the huddle.
Wanting to look your best? Come by the Daniels Barbershop, Del Rio's only traditional barbershop, offering tapered cuts, flat tops, and Del Rio's only true razor fades. We are located at 204 Susie Street, or call us at 830-313-7013 for any info. We also offer Suavecito hair products for that style and hold. So look your best this holiday season with a haircut from Daniels Barbershop. And remember, Del Rio, either wait for the best or settle for the rest.
Off-Road Recovery, located at 602 East 15th Street. Where there's no tire too big or too small, we do them all. Anytime, any place, and any size. We're on call 24/7. Off-Road Recovery is also a great place to get wheels and tires. So if your ride is down for the count, call Off-Road Recovery at 830-765-5851. Off-Road Recovery, 602 East 15th Street.
Ashley Home Store's biggest President's Day sale ever is going on now. For a limited time, get up to 30% off or get 0% interest for 5 whole years on furniture styles you'll love for years to come. These furniture savings won't last long, so hurry in or visit AshleyHomestore.com today for the President's Day sale. Shop and save today, only available for a limited time at your Ashley Home Stores in Del Rio, Eagle Pass, and Kerbal. This is home.
United Medical Centers is proud to announce the addition of Dr. John Lindsay, MD. Dr. Lindsay practices family medicine and is located at the 913 South Main Street office. For appointments, call 830-774-5534. Dr. Lindsay will be accepting appointments Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hey everybody, Raul Rivas here, Brown Nissan of Del Rio. 2021 has arrived, and boy, what a difference does it make, doesn't it? You know, in times of change, whether we're looking at the election, the local community, the COVID numbers, your job status, we always look for comfort and stability. And I'm here to tell you that Brown Nissan of Del Rio is still under the same management, the same vision, the same concept, the same process, the same transparency, best attainable deal, always exhausting resources to get you the best financing, focusing on the best trade-in values, and competing with the San Antonio markets when it comes to new car pricing. Give us a shot. Call us up, 775-0566. Follow us on social media. Just type hashtag Better Call Raul, or come see us in person, right on the price, right on the corner, 2300 Veterans Boulevard.
Is your refrigerator or washer and dryer not working properly? Well, Big Dave's Repair is now open with repair services in ice maker, washer and dryer, microwave, water heater, range oven, and many other appliances. Give Big Dave's Repair a call at 830-719-2234 or visit them at 4214 Veterans Boulevard just before the Y. We are an authorized dealers of many brand appliances. There's only one name to remember, Del Rio. That's Big Dave's Repair for all appliance repair needs.
Looking for something different for lunch or dinner? Well, Buffalo Wings and Rings has new menu items available now, like the Korean Chicken Ringer, Drunken Tenders, Sam Adams Beer Cheese Chips, and the Drunken Chicken Ringer. Come dine in with us at 3600 Veterans Boulevard. We offer curbside and takeout by calling 830-778-1297. We are voted best wings, best margaritas, and coldest beer in Del Rio. Join us today at Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Híjole, la plática se pone buena, el pastor, buenos días, no, está bien, hasta las 7, vino temprano, pastor, no asuste. Welcome, and welcome to the huddle, welcome back, thank you. Remember the huddle, once the huddle's over, I will post the awards link on SurveyMonkey, so all of y'all can go on there and start voting awards on Saturday. Get ready, Del Rio, but now, with me also, say your name, Mijo. Come on, throw it out there. Let everybody on Facebook know. You're the brains behind the brawn over here. Adan what? There you go, Mijo. All righty. Super Bowl. You know what? I'm going to ask him. Before I get to his dad, what'd you think of the Super Bowl? Boring. Reason why?
Because Chiefs couldn't score.
And you were looking for a going out game, like high scoring game on both ends.
Yes.
It's because Patty Mahomes is his dude. That's why. And they had him running for dear life the whole game.
Pobrecito. I bet you enjoyed more the Super Bowl version on Madden 21 than you enjoyed it in real life, right?
Yes.
He blows everybody out.
So he told me while we're outside, he's not worried about it because Patrick Mahomes still got another 20 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that like I said.
He's got time. He's young.
Rob, I'm going to start with you. Super Bowl, we all know Bucks won. But what do you think overall? I'm going to give you a little quick fun fact there, Rio. This Super Bowl was the least watched Super Bowl in the Super Bowl era.
It was pretty good, man, because it was probably one of the worst Super Bowls ever.
I mean, the less watched Super Bowl in Super Bowl era. So not a lot of people watched it. So far, some people didn't like the halftime show. I love The Weeknd, but what is your opinion on how the Super Bowl went? Team-wise, then we go into overall.
I mean, it would have been a different game, man. If Tyreek Hill would have caught the ball in the end zone, that would have been a touchdown. And then Travis Kelce missed a big third down. They just couldn't catch the ball. Like if it wasn't for those 2 drop passes, it probably would be a different ball game. And there was even another pass that Mahomes threw when he was freaking almost on the ground.
That was to.
Yeah, that was a laser, man.
That was
There's
one.
It was to Kelsey.
No,
No?
it was one to Hill, and then it was one to I know what you're talking about. The one where he was about to
Hardman.
He was almost on the floor. Yeah.
Those two were balls that usually come up with.
Yeah, Mahomes played.
He tried. He was trying. He was under pressure
tried,
the whole
man.
game. So, but yeah.
He tried. Now, why do you think, I mean, obviously you said that the Chiefs couldn't catch for dear life. But do you think really the Tampa Bay defense was that great to do what happened to Mahomes? Or was it just luck?
I mean, they're good, but I don't think they're that great. Like I said, I mean, if it wasn't for those drop passes, it'd be a different ball game.
And penalties.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. The penalties.
I mean, they had 10 penalties or more on the Chiefs. I mean, some of them were offsides. I mean, I understand, but even then, like on those field goals, everybody lines up offsides.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to call it in the Super Bowl.
when the NFC and the AFC championship refs were letting them play, totally different. If you go back and watch film from those AFC NFC championship games to Super Bowl,
well,
the physicality is just crazy.
They were letting the Bucks and the Packers play up into the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. That's why it was kind of like, what the heck's going on, man? You guys let them play.
Just let them play.
They started throwing flags like, I'm like, come on.
Daniel, what is your opinion on how Super Bowl went?
It was just, I mean, it was good defense by the Bucks because they had a game plan. They came out and executed it, but it was just boring. Those games aren't, how do you call it? You want to see a more back and forth game with the Super Bowl, and especially when you have the Chiefs, who's one of the highest scoring offenses in the NFL. You think you can at least score one touchdown, and they couldn't, So, but like Rob said, they had a couple opportunities and they were able to capitalize on those. After that, everything just kind of went. I personally thought they were going to come out and make some adjustments in the second half and take off, and nothing. They got worse.
They did. They're known for a second half team. The Chiefs are.
Adjustment.
Yeah.
And so that didn't happen. I don't know why didn't they run the ball more? I thought they should have ran the ball a little bit more than what they did. There's a lot of things they could have done, and it's easy to say it after the game, but it was just an awkward, like a weird, like, I can't believe this is happening, because you wouldn't think the Chiefs couldn't score a touchdown. I mean, if I told you that before the game, what would you say?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
what are you talking about, you know?
But, the Bucks did, and Brady's going to do what he does,
Yeah.
So, but,
But it's not just Brady that got him there, though.
No.
It's not. We need to make that very clear. Everybody's making a big old...
Everybody's giving them all but to be honest, the defense played very well for the Bucks in the postseason, all season long, but more so against these quarterbacks. He went through Breeze, went through Rodgers, and then Mahomes. I mean, those are good quarterbacks.
Did they go undefeated after their loss to Kansas City? No, they lost one.
They lost more.
They lost more after the Kansas City game. Gotta love that. You see, he's my stat guy. Gotta love it. Don, you're the man. Now, overall, out of all the 55 Super Bowls that have passed, I know you watched a lot of film before. Was this one of your worst ones that you've seen?
Yeah. Yes, it's not the worst one, but it's up there. I think the worst one I saw was the one we were talking about at the shop was the Seahawks and the Broncos a few years back. That was a horrible Super Bowl. I mean, but it wasn't bad. It was just boring. I thought. Like if you like football, there's a lot of good defensive football going on. It was just boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you didn't think that the Chiefs would get held to no touchdowns.
No touchdowns. Yeah, you're at least looking for them to drive down the field.
Yeah, and
and long passes.
But there's been worse. I think there's been a few worse Super Bowls. I can't think of all of them right now, but yeah, I think I've watched every Super Bowl since
you can.
I was a kid.
Yeah, since you were a kid. Yeah. Rob,
since I can remember, maybe 7, 8 years old, something like that. I've been watching every Super Bowl.
I have to agree with you. I think I gotta go back and I know there's one that I was just like
that to me stands out like a sore thumb. Is that Broncos?
Yeah. Was it the one that they did was field goals? Was that the field goal game?
This is the one.
That was the first play was a safety.
The first play was a safety. Yeah, that to me was the worst one. I was like, come on.
Ya comenzaron con un safety. You know how it's gonna go. Rob, and what do you think of that interception that they got, and then they threw that penalty and they took it away from them? Do you think if it would have been the other way around, it might have turned the momentum towards the Chiefs?
Of course, man. I mean, Tom Brady's a cheater, man. He's cheated multiple times. Obviously, he paid off the refs for that.
That's
I mean, that ball was nowhere near that guy, man.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like
Yeah, I didn't agree with that
even
call.
you know, my wife was going for the Chiefs. I was like, you know what? There's no way. How there has to be a rule, or they have to rewrite that.
Yeah, change the rule.
Yeah, change the rule where it has to be catchable. You know what I mean? That was nowhere near catchable. That was like if he was throwing a field goal. To be honest, I really think that one, that penalty there, it sticks out to me the most. Out of all that other one, that last one where they caught him for the interception, where he was pulling the shirt. Man, it's a freaking game, man.
Yeah, but
let them play.
The tripping too. I mean, that happens all the time. They
Yeah.
always let that go.
And he didn't. Okay, he didn't trip him, but they said it was intentional. But obviously, it's falling towards it. It was falling towards him. But that's just football. We trip and fall here at home.
They threw way too many flags for it being a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Martin, hold on, man. Martin's talking about something since 1992. Ain't nobody care about 1992. That was a long time ago, man.
We care about
That's 'cause you
going
don't know
forward
about
here,
that too,
man.
Rob. He's saying
Come
the
on,
Cowboys.
Martin.
Come on, Martin. That was the best Super Bowl ever, man. Cowboys won.
Mike, I'm saying Bucks defense dominated. Also, big drops by Kelsey and Hill hurt them big time. Cowboys beating the Bills 52-17 and 92 was worse. We thought it was awesome because we were Cowboy fans. I'm sure the Bucks fans loved the game. See,
Oh yeah,
we'll
of
see.
course.
And their own stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, they won. You know, you can't. And I think Popovich said it once. He's like, you can't defy a game by one play or two. They had plenty of chances.
They had their
opportunities
chances here and
chances.
there. I mean, they were slim to none, but they were there.
But they were there.
So I mean, you gotta get whatever you can at that point.
And if you-
because there were some times where Mahomes would hike up, he'd get the ball, and he's running straight back, like he was just turning around and running.
Yeah.
You know, that's how fast they were on him. So I was like, I mean, it was tough. They put a
And
lot of pressure on him.
I saw a lot of positive yardage when he would run, when he would take the ball and say, you know what? I'm not going to wait for you guys to get open. I'm going to make something happen, man.
There was nothing else for him
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
At
but
some
run.
of those situations, just try to get what you can.
It was just one of those games. All of us were shocked. I know everybody about here was like, what? You know, genuinely, Tom Brady, TB12 got his other one. A lot of videos out there that y'all saw him throwing I'm going to ask y'all, what do y'all think about him throwing the Vince Lombardi trophy just to like another boat?
Only Tom Brady could do that, man.
I think only Tom Brady can get it. I mean, it is in a certain way or sense, he kind of has a right to do that. I guess you could say, like,
Yeah.
or like Rob said, he could get away with it because he's won so many. So, but I don't know. Everybody's gonna take.
It would have fell in the water, and he'd be like, "It's all right, guys. I got another one at home."
Yeah, everybody takes it.
They would make another one.
Yeah,
They would. But I personally don't think it's right. I mean, the dude could get drunk. We saw him in videos of him drunk and everything. But you could do all that. But don't throw the Vince Lombardi trophy like that.
That's
you know,
awesome, dude.
How is that awesome?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
He's having a good old
I don't-
time. They're sharing the trophy, man.
Yeah, I know. But, man, we're talking about like it was the greatest thing he ever did. But if he would have sunk that into the river, it would have been the worst thing he did.
The bay.
Or the bay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm sure he has enough money to hire some scuba divers to go out there and take out the Lombardi trophy.
We'll see if he can buy a $2 million boat, that brand new boat that he was sporting out.
Let's just say he can do whatever he wants.
He can say whatever he wants right now. Yes, he should. Martin saying should have thrown it at Aaron Rodgers. LOL. Martin, I have to agree with you. We cannot leave discount double check. He did win MVP though.
He had a good season.
He
They don't
played
mean
a
nothing.
very great season.
They should just get away with the MVP award, man. And NFL and NBA, I don't like that award.
Why?
Well, I
Don't
think
mean nothing.
in the NFL, in the sense of NFL, it's kind of hard for nowadays for anybody other than a quarterback to win
win
the
it.
MVP trophy.
Okay.
So it kind of takes away from anybody having a good season as a running back, as a defensive back, as a safety, as a linebacker, because you're not going to beat the stats of a quarterback. He touches the ball all the time.
The
You know
most
what I'm saying?
time.
So if the quarterback has a good season, more often than not, he's going to be the MVP.
Mhm.
So, but in basketball, it's different. You know what I mean? Because I just don't like regular season and MVP. You know, like
MVP.
it should go all the way into the playoffs and the finals. You know, to see who like the whole like the season long. You know, that counts.
See, I don't like it because Giannis has won it back-to-back years. That guy can't even shoot a jump shot.
Yeah.
How is he an MVP of the league? He can't shoot a jump shot.
Even James Harden when he won it, and then he kept choking in the playoffs.
Well, the same thing with Russell Westbrook when he was averaging a triple-double. His team was letting him get all the rebounds.
Yeah. So I mean, because I know there's a finals MVP, but then it's like the season should count. If you're still playing in the playoffs, that should count for something. If you're doing something in the playoffs, I think.
You think? I'm gonna ask Adon. Adon, do you think Rodgers is the rightful winner of the MVP?
No.
Who is your rightful own that you would give MVP to?
Patrick Mahomes.
There you go.
Patrick Mahomes.
I have to agree with that.
Nah, I would go with Tom Brady. He just won the Super Bowl.
No, and I like Daniel's philosophy, and y'all's too, that it has to run all the way through
to
the playoffs, to the Super Bowl, and make it open to if it's a running back. Because look at last year. Yes, you can include Patrick Mahomes in there too, but you can't live out the running backs. Who they're the ones that get hit the most, but yet have to make more out of yards per contact after whenever they get the ball. Correct? So I mean,
yeah, but Aaron Rodgers' numbers were unbelievable this year.
No, he played great.
Yeah, he did.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that played very good. Josh Allen played very good. He had a very good season too for the Bills. But Aaron Rodgers, I had him taking it all the way. I told Rob, man, I'm gonna go with your dude this year. Let's see what he does.
He won MVP. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. I hope he makes it to another season. A lot of big things going on, and
he's going back home, man. He's going to San Francisco.
Nah.
He wants to go play with the Niners. Nah, I'm just playing. I don't
No,
know.
no.
I'm just. I could see him though. He's from
the Bay.
Yeah, he's from. That's his hometown or whatever. That's his childhood team growing up.
Yeah, the Niners.
The Niners.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of QBs out there.
I know Niners fans want that.
Oh,
Even if they say no, I know they would want that.
Get rid of Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Or as they call him porn star Jimmy G or something like that.
Did you see the crazy scenario for Deshaun Watson today?
Yeah.
Did you see that? I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. Martin, how do you feel about that?
Martin, where do you think Deshaun's gonna land? You know what? You know who I'm gonna listen to wherever he thinks. Adon, where do you think Deshaun Watson is gonna land?
If he gets traded, Papa, where's he going? What team?
You got come on. He's thinking. He's really thinking about it.
Yeah.
He is the brain behind
He'll
that.
think about it.
He'll think about it. Well, while he thinks about it, Rob, where do you think he's gonna land?
I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, he has to be out.
He wants to be out, but the team don't want to trade him.
Yeah, but you think you're gonna do another Le'Veon Bell?
Is he gonna retire for a year? I think that's his only way out if he retires.
I could see. I would.
Play it, not
I
play
could have
it?
seen the Texans doing that if they, because they fired the general manager. Who's got fired from the Texans?
General manager was Bill O'Brien. He was general manager and head coach. Bill
Okay.
O'Brien.
No. Recently, they fired someone else. They fired someone else, and I guess that's the reason they're trying to see if they can make him happy or something. I don't know. I just don't see him.
Where do you
playing
think
with
he's gonna
these-
land, Daniel?
I thought maybe the Jets, because they have the most to give
Yeah,
him.
they have the most
They
to give
have the
him.
most to give Houston. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go play for the Jets if I was him. But this scenario going on where somehow it's an even Steven trade to get Dak to Houston.
You know what I think they're all gonna wait for? To be honest, they're gonna
don't
wait
see
to
that
see where
happening,
all the
but-
salary cap.
Yeah.
Or whenever that's fixed on all teams, I think that's when you're gonna start seeing them quarterbacks.
But there are
fly.
plenty of teams that are needing a quarterback that could use him. So the Bears, the Colts. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
A lot of scenarios.
What do you
Deshaun
think,
to
Papa?
Denver.
What do you think? Where's he gonna end up?
Stacy Harris.
You think he goes to the Cowboys?
She's my teacher.
Say hi. Say
Say hi to your teacher there.
Say hi.
Tell her I turned in my homework.
I didn't turn in my
Oh, hombre, look. We do not. I gotta make sure I said we do not condone any of homework not being.
You better make sure you get your homework done.
Yeah,
Make
he'll get
sure
on it right now.
You'll get on there right now, please. Okay, really quick. I gotta end the show with on. Where is Deshaun gonna end up?
Dallas.
Oh! Like that. There's a reason why Dak was not in that hype video. Y nomás lo dejo ahí. That'll be a topic for another show. But remember, guys, the Rams basketball awards will be up here following the huddle. Click on that link. Ya me están mandando that they want it on there. So definitely, people, please stay tuned for that. Thank you for the coaches of the Ram basketball coming out here, guys.
Great season, coaches.
They had a great season. Remember, guys, we'll be starting soccer next week. Rams and Queens. Rams got a couple double headers out of town Tuesday, Wednesday. Myself, and Rob will be calling.
Stay warm.
Queens. Oh, sí. Frío. Stay warm. God bless, guys. You guys have a great day. But really quick, I got to end it. What's the place? No, Adan. What's the best place to get a haircut?
Daniel's Barbershop.
There you go.
204 Susie Street. Come by and see us.
That's how you want to end it. Guys, thank you for the show. Remember, it'll be up here shortly.
Be safe, Del Rio. Stay warm.
Yes, cold. Viene el frío. Stay tuned for some great Christian programming followed by The Huddle.
This sport talk show was presented by KWMC